Hello, welcome back to Journey Mappers Podcast, the official podcast of the OU Pledge, sponsored by Oakland University Credit Union. My name is Jaretta Bailey Gryaski, and I'm the Experiential Learning and Internship Coordinator. Today we're diving into career fair prep, and we've brought together representatives from our amazing Career and Life Design Center team for a roundtable conversation filled with practical advice, insider tips, and a few myth-busting moments along the way. Whether you're a first-year student showing up to your very first fair, a graduating senior navigating final round interviews, or a working professional brushing up on networking skills, this episode is packed with strategies you can use immediately. All right, coaches, what are some of the most common questions you hear from students about career fairs?
Thanks, Jaretta, for kicking us off. My name is Mayel Ruque, and I'm a career and life design coach in the School of Business Administration. So one common question I hear from students is, what can I expect at a career fair, right? Students have no idea. They've never been to a career fair. They don't know what it looks like and feel like.
I'm Denise McConkey, and I am a career and life design coach in our Career and Life Design Center, and I work closely with our School of Health Sciences in School of Nursing. And another common question that I hear from students is, do I really need to go to the career fair before my senior year?
Hi, my name is Yeji Lee, and I'm a career and life design coach for the College of Arts and Sciences and School of Education and Human Services. The common question that I hear the most is, I feel like preparing for the career fair doesn't fit into my schedule. What should I do?
Great. So now we'll dabble into those questions. So for the question, what can I expect at a career fair, right? You have no idea what it looks like. Well, visualize this with me. So first, you'll go into the Oakland Center, and typically our career fairs are upstairs in the banquet room, in the ballroom, and in the hallway. So the first thing you're going to do is have your OU ID ready and your email ready because we'll have to check you in. And from there, we'll give you a paper map where you can see where all the employers are going to be tabling in the Oakland Center, so you can orient yourself. There'll be a variety of employers from various industries. And right before you get started and getting to network, you can take a pause and go into the ready rooms. This is a time for you to slow down, for you to build some confidence and practice your elevator pitch, and to practice as well some networking tips with a career coach. From there, once you're ready, you'll notice that there will be a lot of lines of different length based on the company's popularity. And then you can get started on networking and building some connections.
In addition to what Mayel just mentioned, which are a lot of great things, the career fair is also a really good opportunity for you to explore internship and job openings with a wide variety of companies from various industries. And so it also gives you the opportunity to learn more about these opportunities, ask questions, and really determine which position or which internship might be a really good fit for you. And that kind of helps lead us into the next question. Do I need to go to the career fair before senior year? Yes, absolutely. You don't necessarily need to wait until you're actively in a job search or an internship search. We actually even recommend you attend a career fair as soon as your freshman year. It's a really good opportunity to just go in, kind of check it out, just really get a feel for it, see what it's like. See what the layout looks like in both the ballrooms and the banquet rooms of the career fairs. You get to see how the employer tables are set up, what the flow is like, and it's a really good opportunity to kind of experience the fair without that additional pressure of, I need to secure a job or an internship right away, right? It's a very low stakes opportunity. It always also gives you a good chance to practice introducing yourself and networking with employers, right? Because there's not that additional anxiety and pressure that you might have when you're ready to secure an opportunity. So you can just step back, see what it's all about, and then start making connections with employers.
Great points, Denise. And one of the other good things that you can do as a freshman is you can start building relationships early with those employers because, trust me, they will remember seeing you year in and year out. So if you start your first year, by the time you're in your senior or fifth year, then the employer will already recognize you as a viable candidate, potentially for internship or for a role, but they'll have already gotten to know you. So speaking of internships, if you've already had one, returning to a career fair helps you show growth and continued interest in the industry. It's a great chance for you to compare roles. So if you've already had a role, you can maybe try something new. If you've already had a role, but you want to try an different organization, you can do that too. Or you can even flip it around and look at a different industry. So you'll have lots of chances to explore and see different kinds of opportunities. Some recruiters recruit year in and year out, but year after year. So if your face becomes familiar, then again, they will recognize you and it'll give you a really good opportunity to get your face out there.
And you can explore higher level or more specialized roles. All you have to do is ask the recruiters if they're hiring for such. So if you're close to graduating, I would say go to the employer and ask them if they are looking for full-time positions too, and then put in your resume. They might not have maybe a full-time position readily available, but you might start off as an intern and you might get hired in as a full-time position. So, career fair is a great opportunity for you to really learn about those timelines, learn about those onboarding windows. And if you are, looking to relocate, that could be something that you can ask for once you're in the company. So, this is a great opportunity for anybody who is looking for any opportunity at all, whether you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or you're a graduate too.
So if when you're graduating, you may discover roles that you didn't know your major was qualified for. So it's always a good idea to go to employers that you may not expect will be hiring you. So keep an open mind and talk to as many employers as possible. So if you're an alumni going to the career fair, Oakland University Career and Life Design Center services, they're lifelong, they're free. So that includes your career fair attendance as well as your handshake membership. And that includes the resource library and also our coaching services. And if you're an alumni, you might be coming to the career fair because you're changing careers or you're re-entering the workforce, right? Perhaps you had to take care of family, take a break. Or maybe you're exploring new sectors. Maybe you want the same career path, but in a new industry. And as we all know, networking is really helpful, especially nowadays with such large pipelines, lots of applications. You want to stand out. And as an alumni, you can still come and build those meaningful connections with employers so that you can increase your chances of getting hired.
Awesome. Thanks, Maëlle. So we'll dive into the next question. I feel like preparing for the career fair doesn't fit in my schedule. What should I do?
That's a great question, Yeji. Well, I think preparation is definitely key when it comes to career fairs, right? You want to put your best foot forward. And we really have a great resource in our Career and Life Design Center, and it's our Career Studio. We have a team of career ambassadors that can provide peer support with a wide variety of things. But when you think about a career fair, the one essential thing that you need is your resume, right? So whether you need assistance with updating your resume or strengthening it, or you want to really just start from scratch and redo the whole thing or create one for the first time, our ambassadors are definitely there to support you. They can give you some personalized, specific tips for your personal resume related to maybe it's just changing the formatting a little bit so it's clean and easy to read, or really helping you strengthen those bulleted statements for each of those positions that you have listed on your resume, right? To make sure that it's articulating what you have to offer to these companies, your strengths, your accomplishments, and things like that. And they can also give you some feedback on how you can make your resume really easy to read, right? Because the career fair can be busy and, maybe they're only taking about 5 to 10 minutes to connect with you. So you want to make sure that they can scan through your resume and find that important information. And also to create your brand, which is also important when it comes to LinkedIn.
Great tips, Denise, for resumes. So for LinkedIn, make sure you are updating your headline and your summary with the most recent thing that you feel is good for you. So make sure you let them know what kind of opportunity you're looking for, whether it's an internship, if you've got any new certificates under your belt or any class projects that you want to highlight. Make sure you put some of those on your LinkedIn site. Add your most recent experience that you feel will highlight the role that you're looking for at the career fair or the roles that you're looking for at the career fair. Make sure your photo and your contact information are correct. You can come to 103 North Foundation to get a headshot, a professional one that you can use right then and there for either your LinkedIn or Handshake profile. But make sure all of your contact information is correct. So when you get callbacks from those employers at the career fair, that they're actually contacting you. So I talked a little bit about Handshake, but Yeji, would you like to expound on that a little more?
Yeah. So along with what Joretta mentioned about the LinkedIn, I can add more comments around like why you should have a fully complete Handshake profile. Because this is the way that employers will communicate with you. This is the way that they register for the career fair. This is where they're going to post jobs for you to apply. So it's important that you have a fully complete Handshake profile, meaning I want you to have your skills, your coursework, your experience, your major, your preferences, all in there, including your resume, so that the employers can search for you even before they come to the fair. Sometimes they'll message you directly to invite you to the fair and visit their booth. And they might even ask you to do an on-campus interview after the fair. So it's really important that you keep both LinkedIn and Handshake profiles complete so that you can message the employers and they can message them and you just keep the connection going on.
Yeah, and speaking of completing your profile, one small thing that you can do is come and get a free headshot taken in North Foundation Hall, room 103. It's going to be free. It's fast, and we'll have some high-quality photos for you that you can then use for your LinkedIn and Handshake profiles.
Thanks for all the tips. So now, since you know what resources you need to prepare, now we're going to talk a little bit more about preparing yourself for the career fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Joretta. So it's really important to emphasize the fact that we are here to support you, right? All of your career coaches are here to help you prepare for the career fair, whether it's practicing your introduction and to make that positive first impression with those employers and demonstrate your value, right? Talking about what you have to offer. And we can help you identify, if necessary, your strengths and your qualifications and make it so you feel comfortable talking about those things with an employer. Even when it comes to what type of position you're interested in or what specific questions you should ask the employers. If you need help with any of those things, we are definitely there to support you because I feel once you practice your introduction and you know what you want to say, how you want to say it, it helps build that confidence, right? And hopefully kind of eliminate or reduce some of that nervousness or anxiety that you may have going into the career fair, especially if this is your first time.
Great points, Denise. And one thing we also recommend is you get tailored advice based on your major or career goals. Because at the Career and Life Design Center, we have coaches that are aligned with your major. So, for example, if you want some advice on engineering or nursing, you can look at specific coaches to see if they can give you some specific advice. So now I'm going to transition a little bit about how to help you in Handshake. Because there are going to be a list of employers at the fair. So you can review the employer list before the fair and see which ones of those employers that you're going to be targeting. You can use filters like major, job type, location, and then you can even star them so that you have a personalized game plan. So once you get into the career fair, if you get that map, you can kind of see which employers are where, and then you can target them.
Along with that, checking which companies are offering internships and full-time roles before you go to the fair is only going to help you, because when you go up to the employer, you'll be able to ask them specifically about their internships or full-time roles. So be sure to check on Handshake, not only their companies, but also what kind of job openings they have. And with that, I would say having a list of employers before you go to the fair is a must. You need to have a list of must-visit booths so that when you go in, you can quickly scan the room and identify where these employers are and how long the lines are. And depending on, which one you want to visit first, you're going to prioritize the one that you want to visit the most, right? So you're going to go up to those employers and then go through the list. And if you have more time left, maybe you can do more exploration, visiting companies that you never heard of. And that might really spark your curiosity. And who knows, those might be the companies that might be hiring you. So when you go in, have a couple of questions in mind that you want to ask, but then just be friendly and warm up to the employer. They're more than likely to engage with you and ask you questions and want to get to know you. So feel free to be friendly and make that connection, because even if you don't get the job, it's a connection that you're building at the fair.
Yeah, and if you're nervous and this is your first time, I recommend that you warm up with an employer that actually isn't your top priority and your top choice. So you can get more comfortable, you can get more loose talking to employers, so that once you are, going to talk to those employers that are on the top of your list, you'll have a more flowy dynamic. So I want to talk about the elevator pitch now. What does that consist of, right? This is one of the most common questions that I get asked. So follow this formula. So first, think about the present moment. That includes, who are you, right? What are you studying? From there, you can project back into the past, share a little bit about some professional experiences you've had, the skills you've gained. That can include volunteering, leadership, part-time job, even past internships. And then from there, be clear in your intention. So move towards the future. So why are you here? What are you looking to explore? What are you interested in? What are your goals? You always want to have some curious questions ready to keep the conversation going and to also stand out in that way. But in general, keep it short, keep it warm, and be thoughtful. And be yourself, always. So if you're not really clear on what that looks like, you're a visual person, we do have some resources in our Handshake library. So you can see some elevator pitch samples so that you can really get ready.
Hey, Golden Grizzlies. Ready to turn everyday spending into smart savings? Cashback Plus, powered by OU Credit Union, lets you score unlimited cash back without a credit card. Grab your morning coffee, DoorDash your favorite meal, or shop online to make the most out of every purchase. Cashback Plus, your money, your perks, your way. Join OU Credit Union today and start earning more.
So, all right. So now that you're almost ready to go to the fair, to the career fair, let's focus on what to wear and what materials to bring. Denise, what do you recommend?
All right, great. Thanks, Mayel. So we're going to focus on first what to wear, right? One of the most important things, because in addition to that professional introduction and demonstrating what you have to offer the position, the way you present yourself and your attire is important as well. So we recommend business casual for our career fairs. That's usually a safe bet. But keep in mind, don't go out of your way, right? Don't overthink it. Don't overspend on outfits. I think a lot of times students just work with what they have. What do you have that you feel is professional, comfortable, right? That's very important, that it's comfortable, that you try it on the day before, the night before the career fair, just to make sure it feels good and you feel confident in that attire. So it can be a wide variety of things. And again, you could work with what you have. So if you have a blazer, great. You can definitely utilize that. But again, it's not required. You don't have to have a business suit either, per se. So really, work with what you have. Use, maybe it's a blouse or a button-down shirt with dress pants or a really nice sweater. All of those are good options. Something to keep in mind, though, is sometimes in the career fairs, especially with a lot of companies and a lot of candidates and students walking around in the room, the temperatures can fluctuate. It can get really warm sometimes. Sometimes it gets cold in the hallway as you're walking from room to room.
Yeah.
So layers are definitely important to keep in mind, right? Again, you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be too cold where you're shivering or too warm where you're perspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some important things to keep in mind as well. And if you do need an option of places to go, one thing to consider is you do have the Grizz garments right here on campus in the Oakland Center that may have some choices for you.
All right. Thanks, Denise. Those are some really good tips on some attire for students to wear. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about some essentials to bring to the career fair. So your resume. I would suggest bringing 10 to 12 clean copies of your resume based on the amount of employers that you've identified that you want to target. So if you've identified 15 employers that you want to target, then I would say bring in 20 copies of your resume so you can have at least 5 extra for any kind of companies that you'd want to explore with. A notebook or Padfolio is going to be helpful. That can help keep you organized, and also it'll have a pen in there and paper in there so you can take notes for any kind of tips and tricks that you've gone over with any employers, and it'll also help you write down your contact information. Make sure you pay close attention to your personal hygiene, so you're wearing deodorant because it can get hot in there. And then we also recommend if you have some breath mints, we usually have a little bit on hand for you to have, but we don't recommend chewing gum because it's very hard to speak when talking to employers. And then the last essential we suggest you bring is confidence. So employers can see the confidence when you walk up to them and introduce yourself. So make sure you practice with coaches or with your students or with ambassadors or your peers for when you want to go to the career fair. So when you're at the career fair, then you will feel comfortable doing whatever you need to do in front of those employers.
All right. Thank you, Denise and Joretta, for the great tips. But even though you are ready to go to the fair with all of your outfit and your essentials, you might be feeling not the best when you're at the fair. And I've been there, trust me. I've been the one who's been anxious, waiting for the employer, waiting in the line, being in a crowded space, feeling dizzy. All of that stuff. I know it's not going to be the best experience, but trust me, it gets better when you are taking care of yourself and asking for help and that support. You're going to feel better about going to the employer and doing something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone. So when you're at the fair, look for the coach. We will be in the breakout area, and we can be there to help you out. We can walk you to the employer. We can help you take breaks, doing some deep breathing, getting you away from the crowd. All of that can be helpful for you to feel more comfortable and confident when you're going to the employer. And also, another tip that I can give you is to bring a buddy. Buddies can be really helpful for you to feel, like you have a system and a support system in place. So even though the friend might not be, interested in finding a job, just bring along a friend and then have them just walk around with you if that helps. And also, I would say, have some note apps or phone in place so that when you are at the fair, you can just jot down some notes before you go to the employer so that you know what kind of talking points you want to make.
Sweet. I definitely relate with bringing a buddy. That can decrease the nerves, that's for sure. Thanks, Yuji. Okay, so now let's think about planning your attendance based on your schedule. So know that you can drop in as you are able to. That can be in between classes, and you don't need to stay for the full event. Employers are going to be there the entire time. And overall, the career fair is well attended. It's dynamic. There's a lot of people. So be ready for that amount of people that are going to be there.
So for those of you who are coming to the fair to explore, I really want you to come with an open mindset, because it's really a great place for you to learn about different companies that you've never heard of, or these are maybe companies that you've always been excited to meet. Whatever it is, coming to the fair is going to help you to really expand your knowledge about the different career opportunities out there. And these companies come here to hire across many majors. Even if their company sounds, like they're only going to hire for maybe business or maybe engineering, they all have different roles within the company. So go up to them and then advocate for yourself. If it sounds interesting, if it sounds like the industry and the company that you want to work for, just go up to them and tell them what major you're in, what you're skilled at, and what you're interested in, and see how the conversation's going to go. I have a great example of a student that I've met who's a Japanese language major and went to the fair not really knowing what to expect. He was there to explore. But he went to the engineering company table and then let them know that he's a Japanese language major and he can speak Japanese and can write Japanese. So what happened? The employer said, "We're not hiring for Japanese language majors, but we'll be happy to pass your resume to the HR." And they did. And the HR reviewed the student's resume. And guess what? They had an office assistant that wanted to hire for somebody who can speak Japanese. So he got hired in. I love this story because it really shows how, your open-mindedness can just lead to an opportunity and a path that you've never really thought of. Career paths are not linear. It's not linear for anybody. Whether you come from, a major that's maybe seemingly linear as engineering or business, you never know what path you're going to take because life is a journey and the journey starts with your career fair.
Great. Thanks, Yeji. Well, now we get to the point where you've walked around, you've introduced yourself, you made some great connections, you've learned more about internship, job opportunities, and you did it, right? The career fair was a success. Well, it's not over right there. There's still some additional steps that you need to take after the career fair. So what we recommend is for those individuals, those employer representatives that you met and you had a great conversation, it's important to stay connected with those individuals, right? Connect with them on LinkedIn. Keep that relationship going. You can even send thank you messages out to those companies that you are really interested in or you had a good conversation, made a good connection, or really with all of the employers that you connected with. Why not? It's a nice, courteous thing to do. And then they should be able to recognize your name and remember you from the career fair. Also, think about those tips, those recommendations, and those next steps that the employers mentioned during those conversations. So if they mention that you should apply for an internship or job opportunity through Handshake or through the company website, make sure that you're following through on those next steps if it is an opportunity that you're interested in. So any of those things that they mention that they want you to do, or if they do recommend that you connect with them on LinkedIn, make sure you're following through on any of those next steps and recommendations. Also, if you have any questions about next steps or you want to talk about, okay, I attended the career fair, what do I do next? You can always schedule a follow-up appointment with your career coach to help you plan those next steps.
Guys, remember, don't take yourself too seriously. We're all human, right? And at the end of the day, think of it as you're making a new friend. You're just making a new connection and take a little bit of pressure off yourself.
Hear that, Golden Grizzlies? The Career and Life Design Center and all of our coaches and career ambassadors are here for you as you prepare for a successful career fair. You are always welcome to drop into the Career Studio during current hours or schedule an appointment with your career and life design coach on Handshake. To view current career fairs, log on to oakland.edu/CLDC or visit Handshake's event tab. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Journey Mappers Podcast. We will see you next time.